Hey everybody, Spectre Senence here once again, and bringing you another Mind of the Spectre. It's going to give a little bit extra time in between episodes, but I felt like I had an opportunity. Kind of want to do a little follow-up because I've been doing some of the aspects I've been building like on the table. So I want to actually give an opportunity to kind of follow up on some projects, kind of what's kind of going on idea-wise, especially since I'm not really going to be able to get a lot of battle reports because we're still waiting for Jackson to be born. So due date was Saturday, the 26th. It is the 28th. Nothing has happened. This is first thing in the morning, so hopefully things will change. But if not, we'll be hopefully be inducing Tuesday, and things will transpire that Jackson will be born, and then we can move along and get the household settled back with 3 boys running around. That's why I'm taping so early in the morning, because as you can hear, it is perfectly quiet here. Here in Gray, Maine, here, and children are all asleep. Life is settled in. So Spectre Senence is still up in the haunting hours of the night, trying to give you a little bit more 40k insight, a couple things what's kind of going around, and we'll start first with on the table. Alright, first up on the table is, if you remember, I had the Tyranid Warriors basically on the table. We have the wings now from the Forge World, the GW's new Lash Whip Bone Sword. So I have 3 of them. I'm just going to show you the one. They are so complete with the Forge World new kit, all well designed to set forth on my tabletop. So I have them all set up now, ready to go. I'm pretty excited about using them. A couple weeks, maybe 3. I have a big battle against a Space Wolf player giving me a challenge. I'm going to really try to get those guys up and running. I have 6 of them I want to convert up for them too. I have the arms, and then we'll try to get that on the table as well. Last but not least, one model I was talking so heavily about. So the T-Rex is finally finished as well. We went with the Rupture Cannon. So very large, very nice model. With my distinct color scheme I've been using for years. So I'm going to give you a good pretty look at him. So pretty happy with him. I guess he'll also be part of the playing field. Had some nice little side things going on. Maybe model I'll be using for Vindicator Assassins with Grey Knights. Kind of do a little replacing, just to give them more character. I mean, Grey Knights have been kind of given a raw deal with their whole power codex, too deadly. So I'm trying to make sure we get some fun flavors. So Tyranid early project complete. Anything left on them will be the 6 other Shrikes. We'll replace their Rending Claws with Bone Sword Lash Whips, much like the 3 that you saw there. So they'll have a little bit smaller wings because they've been my older traditional models. Perhaps we'll move from that aspect of those wings into the new Forge World wings down the road here. But at the stage right now, they're good. I've always loved my own Shrikes, so we'll go with that. On the table now will be I got a box of Harlequins. So that's the Troop Leader. Of course, just paint up in the bases. You can really set me up there. There's the shadows here. So the Harlequins are now on Spectre Senence's table. The idea is they're going to replace the witches. I've been running Dark Eldar. You've seen the one bat rep that I've done with that. I've done a lot of other game testing to try to find how my 2,000 points work. I've projected the army pretty well. Didn't want to vary too much, but as I built, borrowed some models and kind of went forward. I found a couple of the models I ended up liking and moving some points around, and began to enjoy. The Chronos Parasite engine was one of those I really liked, that he fell in my lap in terms of concept when I put them together and added them to the army. So happy with that for the big armies, for the big points. But the witches have been spectacular when they're in close combat. When they engage, which is the whole fluff and flavor around them, they engage, they kill, they do great. But it's after that that's been the hard pill to swallow. Toughness 3 Even after they get to feel no pain, they're just finding ways to die. So not very happy with that. So the Harlequins are going to be built, put together. I got the whole troop set, so that's going to be 6 of them, and see how things go with that. And that's Spectre Senence on the table. All right, in this sector of the Spectre, clip part, what's going on in my community area? Well, June 28th will be an apocalypse planned event. We're not exactly sure if it's going to be a fee or what we're doing. Trying to get a little involved with that because I really, really love apocalypse. It is something that has been wonderfully creative, but it's so difficult. It's so really kind of unbalanced. People just forget sometimes. 40K is not always about competition, dominating, killing, and just being the best superior thing. I mean, yeah, there's some crazy, crazy things out there. So if you have a Bane Blade, a Storm Shadow, um, heavy, super heavy tank, gargantuan creatures, super monsters, whatever like that, yeah, you're gonna be fantastic at it. Those are awesome things you can get. So that makes you a bit of a badass. I have them. Congratulations, pat ourselves on the back. That's one. But it's not really all about that. I mean, it's really about for us veterans, in a lot of aspects, and for new people to come in and say, hey, this is what the hobby can really do if you want to stay committed to it. Build, build, build. Yeah, it's great to have a lot of armies. I'm a junkie. I have 4, and I have a lot, with a lot of points I can feel and throw on the table. But when I look at my Imperial Guard, I look at my Tyranids, and if you've seen my army showcases, where else can you put all those models on the table and see them in full action, in a great big epic scale fight? Apocalypse! And we just don't give it the love that it really should have. And I'm really trying to push our community with that. I want to give a shout out to Hippie about this because we have been like holding a torch to try to make this happen. So I myself gone off and bought a lot of things from Forge World, so the rules can be there and people can look at things, maybe even get excited about getting some of those units. Because even though I have some models, one of the things I find more fabulous and interesting is like when you go up against one of these type of models, bam, it's got the apocalypse rule. You go against it, hey, you're gonna remember it. And we have a battle report. I think I mentioned this in the last Mind Spectre. you know, Hippie brought a big orc stomper, big stomper, and it was just awesome. I mean, we didn't really do much to damage it, and then just unleashed the gun. Our guys are getting hit and dying, but it's cool to see something like that. Something you just are, oh my god, this thing packs some power. We had our stuff, so it was a pretty fair fight, but yeah, that's awesome. So we need to do more of that. We want to get more of that going on. And I've been looking around a bit, and it's got me trying to think about getting some bigger stuff. So big old flying inherited with a hydrodrol, barbside hydrodrol. And look at that. Big creature just moving so fast. Some of the things that Tyranids needed so badly. Here's a model that can really do that as a gargantuan creature. So I think that's kind of a little bit of drive. Most of my armies have pretty much been completed anyway, so these apocalypse games can give someone like myself a piece that'd be just awesome to put on the table, really fun to paint, be a part of my showcase of my Tyranids, and really wreak some havoc on the tabletop. So it should be really fun. That's something we got planned pretty heavily for that. I mentioned earlier when I was talking about some of the models that now finished on the table. I got a Tyranid battle challenge coming at me. I also want to do a bat rep on the Tyranids, so you're gonna see them come to life a little bit more. And although I've been really working on my Dark Eldar, I'm gonna try to get the Tyranids on the table because I feel that has been my image, what I'm known for around my area. I think I'm very good with them. I've done a lot of damage in my sector against people I play. So I'm gonna try to get those that are Tyranid fans out there, showcase some of those battle reports, kind of let you see if you've been interested about that Bone Sword Lashwood. I just don't. I just can't believe Tyranid Words aren't really talking about it. Get that big old Tyrant effects right in the way, blocking a lot of stuff. So some interesting developing strategies that should change my army to improve it and really take on some of those Death Stars that are out there and we'll see exactly how that pertains. Okay? Alright, just want to finish up with the last part of this soul check. It's pretty much a couple things, kind of like really what makes up the Spectres. Found a fabulous movie, really get me inspired for doing some battling in War Tough Gaming. Red Tails. Um, I saw the original Tuskegee Airmen. I always loved that film. Red Tails puts a lot more of Hollywood spin to it. Lucas is behind it, so with Lucasfilm in that aspect, so great visuals. Uh, Great film. I really liked it. I can't wait to really kind of sit down and watch it again. Got that on DVD. I think the won't spoil too much, but there's some part of it that was a little bit too far fetched near the end of it. But overall, fabulous movie. Definitely check that out. Sixth edition rules coming out. Some rumors going out, especially one of the sites I enjoy a lot, Beast of War. And I'm gonna say throwing out there, GW, just be careful with your fantasy concept. You know, the challenges, the stand and shoot, a lot of that stuff like that. That's fabulous, maybe for Warhammer Fantasy, but there are armies, especially us Tyranids, that you put rules like stand and shoot and challenges. You're throwing an entire codex that our players are not really going to be able to fulfill those type of those rules. So when you're really looking at your rules, I hope if these are rumors and they stay rumors and not really implement in part of the rules, you have a great system in 5th edition and needs some tweaking, and that's really the key. Tweak it. Don't throw a bunch of rules out so we're just really gonna tear apart and just gonna be like, come on. The biggest things would be wound allocation. I think that's a big focus. That's where a lot of the things are messed up with Death Star units. Change it to the saves, picking up models if they have all the same saves. I like that. And hey, one of the biggest rules I want to see is snipers being able to do their own wounding, because they have the scope, they have the time, they have the patience. It's a heavy weapon. It's not like they're running around having a free shot. If they can do that, I think that would be awesome. Awesome. Everything else, we're trying to build the website. It's starting to move along. So people, please go from the Spectre Senence YouTube channel. Check out our website. We got a blog going on. I'm starting to hook up with a lot of people, my friends, family. We're all just jumping aboard the Spectre Studios. We're really trying to get this moving forward. So give us comments. Join our page. Get on the forums. Get on this one, throw me some comments, and we can see what we can do to improve the quality of what we're giving out to you. And I can see if I can update mine to the Spectre, give you a little bit more jazz. Hopefully get a couple more Spectres in here so we can really discuss have some discussions, and really give you guys something to look at. Alright, appreciate your time, and have a good night.